They're not almost there.
Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Podcast. Welcome to the Massive Iron Podcast. I'm the big, hairy, ugly dude. It's Saturday, January 7th, and I have a little bit of a cold, so I'll try not to cough in your ear. And if I do have to cough or sneeze or fart or anything else vulgar, I'll try to move it away from the microphone. Fair enough. Hope you guys are doing well. I got a few topics I'm going to cover today. I'm going to try to keep these short, or, I don't know. They might vary in length. Who knows? Who knows how much I'll rant or rave or what, I do my thing. I just do whatever my thing is, right? So we're a week into January, and I don't know. Is it better than last year? Last year in December, I picked up some weird stomach flu, cold flu combination. Had it for a month, realized it wasn't COVID, then picked up COVID right away in 2022. And then for like 2 or 3 months after, it felt like I was breathing in smoke. And I can recall making YouTube videos, and it was just terrifying because it was literally like I was trying to talk in a room that was smoky, and I was recording my videos trying to hide this. Because the funny thing is, on YouTube, if you are a bigger guy, and I'm no small little Athlean X snowflake, right? If you're a bigger guy and you wheeze or gasp for breath or anything a little bit, you get comments like "fatty's out of breath," right? So I'm like, I don't need that stuff. So I was trying to hide that a little bit, but then after that was over with, I hadn't trained for like 4.5 months. I was so sick. When I had COVID, I felt like I was just I just wanted to sleep all day long. And this was like 2 years after COVID originally hit. I thought I was clear of it, right? So anyway, that was the start of 2022, and then I was walking down the steps and twisted something in my knee. Just silly old man injury, right? And it's finally about 80%, 85% healed, but it's taken forever to heal. I think I might need surgery, but between that and slightly fracturing my right hand, 2022 was like a crap storm. But I'm not complaining because business wise in Massive Iron, it's doing better than ever. And I feel my content's more focused than ever. I'm really working hard on focusing my content and trying to provide the best information I can. Trying to provide, refine and provide. I can almost combine those words. My message and my information. And here we are. I went out on Monday. I'm like, I'm going to start the week. I'm going to start the year fast. So I got up at 6 a.m. because the thing is, like, when you work at home, when you run your own business and it's all home based, right? And you got to work 10, 12 hours or whatever you're going to work that day. You don't care if it starts at 6 or you don't care if it starts at 9. You're going to get it done either way, right? I'm going to get it done either way. I have a structure, I have a routine, I have a plan, and I'm very disciplined when it comes to my plan. There's no days where I don't talk to a client, right? I'm always make sure everything I need to do that day is done, and I have a spreadsheet, I have a method, etc., etc. So I always make sure I get it done, but I was never, you work at home, you don't like, I'm going to get up at 6 a.m., right, and tackle the world. Nah, it doesn't work like that. So on Monday, I decided, okay, this year, I'm going to get up a little bit earlier. I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. because the thing is, like, when you do in my world, like the client messages are the good stuff, right? The they're the work. They're what puts you know, they're what puts bread on the table, right? Not that I eat bread, but you get it. But then you have messages on YouTube you have to check, because YouTube can be a festering hole. I'm pretty good. I don't get a lot of hate messages, but you still have to check, because YouTube is very bad at catching spam and porn and all kinds of crap. So as a producer, you kind of want to make sure your channel isn't clogged with that stuff. So I check that stuff, and I check the YouTube comments. I don't have time to respond to YouTube comments. That's the one area I simply never have had time to respond to. Instagram comments, kind of my bread and butter. I try to respond to every one of those. And then I have Team Massive, which is my pleasure, which is my my pleasure. Sounds a little bit weird, right? But Team Massive is like a community, and that's important to me. It's important to have a community, a good group of folks. And I like checking in on Team Massive as much as I can. So I enjoy all that stuff. But but the thing is, like, by the end of the day, when you have done all your work and, spent time on Team Massive and done your Instagram work and dealt with logistical issues and the random chaos of a day, because any small business has random chaos. By the time you're done, you realize it's like 6:30 and like, I didn't find time to work out. Or I gotta go work out. It might be mentally exhausted. And then the wife gets home, and then we eat dinner, and the dogs have to go out, and the dogs need to take a bath, and stuff happens. So what I decided this year was I was going to get up at 6, and I was going to do my first social media post right early in the day. And then I was going to work out at 6:30 and then do cardio and then work. And that's what I did on Monday. I nailed my chest and triceps. I went for an hour walk because it's hard to get 7,500 steps in my world sitting at this desk. It's hard. And then I went and did all my work. And then I went and did triceps for like 25 minutes and then did another hour walk. So I was super excited because Monday was a really good start to the year. And I wanted it to be completely different than last year, right? But alas, all that extra work on Monday made me sick. I woke up and I was sick the next day. Sometimes you do too much work and you beat down your immune system. And that's what happened. This isn't the worst cold I've ever had. It's not COVID. It's going to be gone in a couple days. And I won't lie, I'm a big baby. I hate being sick. I do. My diet goes to crap when I'm sick. And I fought it for a day. I mean, my diet was rocking this year. It was rocking. But eating a little bit more calories than I want. And I got to get back on track on this stuff. So I set the no sugar, no, and 7,500 steps thing for January. And you know what? I'm so far behind on steps. I can't go outside. It's freezing again. I feel like crap. So anyway, that's my pity story, but it's going to be over with. I'm going to be on track. I got a Whoop. I got a Whoop fitness tracker. And you know what? I wasn't sure I would like it. And it has a $30 a month charge, which is a big kick in the old nut of Rooskies, right? Everybody is nickel and diming us with monthly charges, and this thing's 30. Now, I wasn't sure if I'd like it. But you know what? I don't feel it on my wrist compared to other watches. It's so lightweight. And I have no affiliation with them, so don't think this is a commercial. And it's only been 2 days, so I'm still getting it. But I like it because you can track whatever habits you want. Like, did I take creatine? Even little things like, did I have sex? And what's its impact on my recovery and my strain? This sounds silly, but you can, if you're serious, you can analyze all these variables and how it impacts strain and recovery. And it's a pretty cool thing if you really like numbers and like all that stuff. There's not a lot of cool gadgets and things like that, but every day I get to get up and Like, Whoop will ask me, did you have sugar yesterday? Did you eat before bed? The questions I tell it I want to monitor, which is kind of cool. You can kind of learn over time how they impact your recovery and strain. So there's a couple things I want to talk about, and I've been rambling a little bit, right? Number one, if you're listening, these podcasts are always I'm just gonna put them up on Team Massive as a home. And if you haven't joined Team Massive, please head over to teammassiveiron.com. It's $9.99 a month, not $99, $9.99. Everybody, has a monthly charge. I get it, but look, this network is run on Mighty Networks. It's a platform just like WordPress is a platform, and it costs me like $130 a month, but I like it. I'm going to house all my articles, all my workouts, all my podcasts. We have weekly check-ins, daily topics. We have a lot of things going on over there. So I know everybody's competing for your money. I get it. And I'm not going to try to sell you on something. But if you are legitimately tired of Facebook and negative environments and want a positive environment, then please check out teammassiveiron.com. So before I begin, I want to talk about my 2023 goals. But I want to I also want to talk about when folks say they ran a program online and it gave them great results. So I got a couple topics I want to dive into today. My 2023 goals and the bro. And I'm not making fun of you if you did this. We've all probably done it to a little bit of a degree over the years, but that goes online. So I saw great results with that program or that diet. Like whenever somebody mentions a specific diet or program, they always have to make sure they let the world know they got great results on it. So we're going to dive into that a little bit, but I mentioned being a small business, you have to, every morning there's always a degree of chaos. Well, my business is I call it small, but I think I run one of the more successful businesses in my little small town in Ohio. No one knows it, because I just take the dogs out and I'm some big goofy oaf, right? And when people ask what you do for a living, you kind of just say I'm an online trainer, and it flies over their head, and they don't know what you're doing, really. They probably think you're sitting there on video telling people to do jumping jacks or something. I don't know what they think. Who knows? But look, I've been doing this forever, and the amount of workouts I sell, the amount of books I sell, they provide a good stream of income. I'm not rich, but it allows me not to have to work a real job. So I'm very, very thankful for that. But with all that, as a small business owner, you always wake up to something going on, right? Like someone didn't get their ebook delivered and ended up in the spam box, or someone's creatine got delivered to a neighbor. And when it comes to stuff like that, I almost always, in every case, reship out at my cost. Because look, I'm not trying to make money off of t-shirts and supplements. I'm not in any way. I legitimately am not. I send out so much free stuff, and anytime somebody doesn't get their stuff, I send it right back out. That it pretty much, I don't know. I don't monitor margin on t-shirts and supplements, but I'm pretty sure it eats up most of the margin. There's that cold. So anyway, there's always something going on. I'm not complaining at all. But there's always some chaos. I say chaos. It sounds like a negative, but there's always, something unexpected. So today's unexpected was I had a new client that signed on. I don't know, mid-December, and there are red flags and there are mega red flags, right? But you can't like you can see the red flags and you are aware of them, and you as a coach you need to do what you can to make sure those red flags aren't a real so you can help somebody, right? So I had a kid, and he was early 20s, and I'm not saying kid in a way to offend anybody, so don't get your undies in a bundle. But wants to lose weight, wants a great body, da da da, right? So I know it sounds a little sarcastic, but here's the thing. Here's why I'm chuckling a little bit. Because every night when he gets home, he smokes weed and binge eats. Like every night. Every night, 7 days a week. Like he'll get home from work, you know, and he's a chronic weed smoker and binge eater. I'm not being critical, I'm not judging, I'm just telling you what he is, right? So as a coach, I have to feel these things out. And I have to ask the guy, like, okay, well, you want to lose 50 pounds of fat and you want to get in great shape, but we got two things going against us. You're smoking weed every night, which is going to take you out of the picture for like 4 hours, right after work. When are you going to work out? That's just a logistical question, not a judgment question. I'm not judging. I don't care if you smoke weed. But if you smoke weed, if you do it every night of the week, when are you going to work out, right? You're sitting around listening to your music, and I get it. Getting high, I get it. Eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew, I get it. Not judging. But when are you going to find time to work out? And if you want to lose 40 to 50 pounds and you're smoking weed and it's causing you to binge eat, we got some major things here. So you're going to have to put aside the weed, or you're going to have to minimize it a little bit. I mean, sorry, this is darn cold. I apologize, guys. So at some point, people just have to make a choice, right? And when they don't want to make a choice, that's the red flag. The red flag isn't the pot, and the red flag isn't the Doritos and Mountain Dew. The red flag is I want to keep doing them and be in amazing shape. Like, dude, you don't have any time to work out because you're blowing bongs every night of the week, and you're eating yourself fat because you're blowing bongs every night of the week. What do you say to someone like that? I mean, I'm politely honest. I say, if you want good results, we're probably going to have to consider minimizing that. Are you open to that? He kind of gives a non-answer. But the thing is, he signed up for coaching. I built him a workout, and I'm in the pit trying to get him to respond. He messaged once. And then after like 7 days, when I don't hear from a client, I had to wait till after Christmas, obviously. I sent him a text, didn't hear from him, waited 3 days, sent him a text. Hey, everything okay, man? Let's get rolling. Let's get on track. How you doing? Motivated to work out. New Year's hits, nothing. Sent him a voice message. Hey, man, this is Steve. New Year's here. Wanted to check in, make sure you're okay. Nothing. Did one more voice message yesterday, nothing. His second payment tried to go through, it declined. Right? So I canceled him. When I get up this morning, I see a second payment went through and declined. So the likely thing is, when you're a small business, when you get somebody like that, that they cancel their card or call their bank, so they don't have to get hit again. But it's just an example of the stuff you go through. Like, he signed up for coaching and he was all fired up to get I'm going to buy a perfect body, right? Right. It's like, it was an impulse buy. I'm going to buy a perfect body. And this guy's going to show me how to do so while blowing bongs and eating Doritos and, and Mountain Dew, like it's a Hogwarts school of body transformation, like. But I imagine there was a little bit buyer's remorse, and he told his bank to squash the recurring. The second payment didn't go through. No harm, no foul. I just deactivated his subscriptions, and since he doesn't want to talk, all good. But that's just an example of some of the crazy client stuff you get going on that tries to suck your time, and it's a shame, because as a small business owner, when you have to deal with 20 to 30 minutes downtime dealing with issues like this, it's a shame, but it is what it is. It's all part of the glory, right? So let me have a drink of my. I got the Monster Energy Ultraviolet. All right. Before I dive into my goals, and I'm going to do that last, let's talk about the great results guys, online. I posted a meme, or whatever you want to call it, this morning on Instagram. It's got the dude's head in the middle, right? And it says the dude starts a God tier program. The circle of joy is the lifter starts a God tiered reputation program, whatever it is, something that's out there that has a big reputation, right? They start it, they half-ass it, and quit after 2 to 6 weeks. They feel shame and go into hiding. They go into hiding long enough until everybody in the lifting world forgets what program they were doing, so they don't ask. And then they come out like nothing ever happened. And then these are the guys that end up being on social media, YouTube comments, Instagram comments. Anytime that program that they failed is mentioned, they're like, "Oh, great, it gave me great results." Right? It gave me great results. So over the years, I've been doing this forever. Forums, the Muscle and Brawn Forum, the Muscle and Strength Forum, the Tiger Fitness Forum, the I'll Pump You Up Forum, comments on articles and communities and everything. It's just everywhere all the time. You mention any workout, and it's not even about necessarily the effectiveness of the workout. You're just having a general conversation about the workout, and it can be whatever. Somebody always tries, I got great results on that program. Like you mentioned German volume training. I got great results, right? Like, first off, I've been doing this long enough to know that most of these guys haven't gotten great results. They haven't probably even tracked results. Like with my clients, we track things. We track progress photos and measurements, the best we can. But when somebody posts a before and after, that's results, right? But online, when you hear somebody say they got great results from a program, there's a 95% chance they have nothing to back it. They probably didn't even finish the program. They just feel compelled to elevate the program because they don't want to be outside of the cool club, right? I'm part of the cool club. So fuck the cool club, right? This is about results. I'm not trying to pit one tribe against another. Good grief, you mentioned another workout online, and half the people don't even watch the video. They just assume you're going after the workout, right? I've done critiques in the past of specific workouts. Like, there might be a point I don't like about the workout, and this is just for discussion and education. I think it's beneficial when somebody says, "Hey, big hairy ugly dude, what do you think of this workout?" And I say, "Well, I don't particularly care for this." And that's just my opinion, right? I'm not telling everybody don't ever do this workout because it does this, and that's stupid. The only workout I really do that with is strong lifts, because no beginner should be starting. No beginner should be on a minimal program, squatting 3 times a week, and then deadlifting once a week, and then that's about all they're doing. No dumbbells and machines. I hate strong lifts. And the funny thing about strong lifts is that when you mention it online, someone says it's not a muscle building program, right? But I was there from the beginning when he was coming up, man. I mean, these guys aren't even paying attention that are like, trying to suck the teeth of these dudes, right? Strong Lifts, positioned itself as the ultimate hypertrophy program. It's on their website, and I remember it. So anyway, this whole I want you guys to always remember when somebody mentions a program, and look, it's even happens with mine, but you know what? I get unsolicited testimonials, and they're usually pretty specific. Like I posted a couple this week, like my bench was 185 and I used your program and I got up to 225. Does that make my program God tier? No, but it gave them a focus. It gave them a tool, and they used the tool and they got results. It's not a God tier program, right? But usually when I get feedback, it's specific feedback. Like I was a skinny kid at 132, and then now I'm 170 in muscle. Here's a picture, right? And it's like, hey, this is results. You see a picture, you see numbers, that's results, right? So I don't ever just post vaporous horse shit unless it's a mental attitude change, because the mental health, mental strength side of things is important. So if someone changes mentally from something I've said or something I put out, that's a wonderful thing. But if someone just said, I tried power muscle block and I got great results, like, come on, dude. Uh, you know, uh, you get, everybody gets some of that, but that's great. Maybe you just like the program, like the idea of the program. That's great. Uh, that's cool. Some people like the idea of programs more than they do running the programs. And trust me, there's more people out there that like the idea of a program that actually complete the program. Because if people were completing the program, there wouldn't be as many people out there struggling to make progress. So that's really about all I have to say on the Great Results Crew online. But we have to remember this. This is an important point in filtering information online. It's not about my program or anybody's program or whatever. When you see somebody talk about a supplement, a pre-workout, vitamin D, a diet trend, carb cycling, a workout, an exercise, whatever it is in the fitness world, you see those discussions on anything, HIIT cardio, morning sex, just switching my pre-workout to coffee and whey. Somebody's always going to say, I got the best results. I got great results, the best results ever, the best ever, right? And you need to filter that stuff, because like if Joe Fitness Celebrity's posting that online, a couple of his, guys will pretty much say anything he does is, golden. But I'm not making fun of it. We just have to filter things. It's important that we filter things. When somebody says they got great results, you have to understand there's a good chance that 95% of them really didn't see good results. They really didn't see good results switching to HIIT cardio because they didn't see it through. 95% of people don't see things through. That's not a criticism. And I know I repeat that over and over again, but I have to. We're trying to help people, not criticize people. But part of helping you is to help you understand that 95% of people that say, I got great results on something, probably didn't. So we have to dig a little bit deeper. All right, we're about 30 minutes in. Let me blow my nose. Plug your ears. I'm a little bit plugged. What a joy, right? What a joy. All right, so I'm going to talk about my 2023 goals, and then we'll get out of here. I'll let you guys go. No more annoying, big, hairy, ugly dude. It's kind of nice to do this on audio, not video, because, video, you always have to be a little bit more self-aware of, is there a booger on my shirt? I once made a video where there was like a flaker hanging out of my nose that was like a good third of an inch long. And I got the video up and it ran and it had like 1,500 views. And no one noticed, but I could notice. I got a little bit of the gray mustache. So no one noticed the flaker, but I could notice the flaker. And it's still up there somewhere. I don't know what video it's on, but there's still a booger flaker hanging there. And you always got to be a little bit of aware. One time, I don't know, we were out hiking, silly, whatever. I made a video outside. I've done this occasionally over the years where I've been on a hike and, made a video, right on the fly. Because you got to get content out and it's a little bit different. So, but halfway through making the video, man, did I have to rip the biggest fart. I had to rip the biggest fart. Like, I knew thunder fart was coming, right? I just knew thunder fart was coming. So I ended the video, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I ripped thunder fart. I ripped thunder fart. I don't know. I was being goofy, childish, having a silly moment. I ripped thunder fart at the end of that video. Kaboom. You can hear it when you listen. And my wife was in the video, right? And she's starting to chuckle. She didn't know thunder fart was coming, but no one in the comments noticed thunder fart, which was very, very sad. It's a very sad event in my life. It's probably the one of the saddest events I've ever had on YouTube. All right, my 2023 goals. I'm thinking about reaching 100,000 subscribers is such a huge blessing. And I'm thinking about all the comments you get over the years, from people that don't want, people don't want your advice. So there's a certain percentage, say 2%, whatever, a small percentage that don't want your advice to be legit because it delegitimizes their way of training. Like, minimalism is not the way to go for hypertrophy. Well, if you say that, the people doing the minimalism are going to have a fit, right? A small percentage of them. So they'll do what they can to pull you down to make themselves feel better. A small percentage. That's just YouTube. Human nature, 1% to 2%, right? We're not being negative here. I'm just telling you reality. 1% to 2%, like, they'll try to attack your height. Like, what's your height? Right? They'll try to, maybe secretly small. Or people, anytime you feel out of breath for a second, because sometimes I run down the steps and I have really bad sinus problems. Always. I do my best to hide them on video. But, sometimes I have bad asthma problems, man. Like, I have a hyperreactive airway. During the time we were filming our running documentary, I literally stopped breathing like every couple of months. If I get a bug in my throat or something, I legitimately stop breathing or my airway seizes up. I have really bad asthma and, sinus issues. So people will be listening to you on video and they'll be like, fatty out of shape. I'm like, oh, dude, I just ran 7,500 kilometers. I don't know that I would be considered out of shape, right? But or people that have never, seen any of your lift videos, like, you never post lift videos, it's kind of trying to pull you down a notch. Like, my Instagram has about 2,000. You never post physique photos. My Instagram, every thumbnail is basically my physique. What more do you want me to do? Whip out the swinging dick, right? I mean, how much more do you want? I'm not going to go OnlyFans for you, but it's just kind of funny. People no matter what you accomplish, people, there's the 1% to 2% that don't want you to be legitimate, that try to pull you down. So my goals for 2023, I have made in my life, these are the things that I'm proud that I've accomplished. I've made a dramatic body transformation from 346 to about 238, from fat power lifter to, a level where my physique could shine, right? I'm really happy with that. I ran ultras, not 100-miler. I never ran a 100-miler. I ran 100K and 50Ks, and I did some pretty cool things, really long 12-hour runs. And I never in my life thought I would do that stuff, right? Never. Who runs for 12 hours? How did I do it, right? I don't know, but it's fucking cool. I'm happy that I did that. So that's kind of a notch in my belt. Like, you look back at your life accomplishments, and I'm not trying to brag here. That's not the point at all, right? The point is, like, I made a body transformation. What haven't I accomplished? That's the question. I've run. I became one of the strongest powerlifters in the world. It's weird to say that, but look, back at the time when I was when I was training for my meet, I was trying to get a 2,000-pound raw total. And at the time, there was only 82 powerlifters in the world that had hit a 2,000-pound total at the time. And I was pretty close to 19, maybe 1925, 1950. So I was getting into that area, right? So I'm pretty happy I got even into that conversation. So I've been pretty strong. I made a pretty good body transformation. I've run a lot. What haven't I accomplished? Well, I got into this with a love of bodybuilding. I have a love for building muscle. I love strength too. I'm a power builder. But I've never, I got pretty lean at 238. But I want to take it a little bit deeper. I want to get to the point where I could take my shirt off to record videos. Not that I want to, but that I don't need to be super lean. Look, I'm 22% body fat in my pictures, in my leanest pictures. Anything you see online, I wasn't lean. I was a tweener, a power tweener, power builder, tweener, wiener, right? Whatever you want to call it. I wasn't Mr. Super ripped, but I like to get down to about 15%, maybe even 14, 13, be sustainable around there. Just see what my physique looks like, because I'm curious, what does my physique look like? So that's my big goal for this year, to train and to lean up, and I'm really, really motivated. So I hate to put goals like that out there, because if you put a big goal out there and you fail, there's always going to be some people that come back. And look, I'm human. There's been goals I've set that I've failed before. Like, I set the goal to make 2022 my best year ever, and I was going to do this, that, and the other thing. And then COVID hit, and I fractured my wrist, and I tore my knee, and I couldn't train for 4.5 months. And there was a dude, a stalker, that would it was literally creating multiple accounts to harass me on Instagram and YouTube, because I didn't reach my goals last year, So, it gets crazy, but those are my goals, and I'm okay with it. If somebody wants to come back and see how I did, those are my goals for the year. So that's about it. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate you guys listening to the Massive Iron Podcast. It's one of my goals to do this more frequently, at least once a week this year, maybe every Saturday. So thanks for listening. Please check out teammassiveiron.com. Please go over to teammassiveiron.com and sign up. And check out my website, superlivingtoday.com, if you want coaching, If you want my supplements, I'm not a supplement company, but I have really quality supplements. If you want some t-shirts and stuff like that to support me, please head over there. And I am out. We're not almost there.
It's not almost over. It's not almost over. You're not almost there. You're not almost there. You're not almost there.